Red Raiders are quick and fast and like to run the floor, so it's kind of a tale of two different styles. It looks, at least it appears to be from the start.
And two starters out for South Park tonight. They've had a couple of COVID issues, a couple of players in COVID protocol, including number 1 Tyler Susan, a 6-foot junior guard who averages 5 points and 7 rebounds a game, and also Maddox Lemley, number 11, a 6-foot senior forward, averages 6 points a game. So according to head coach Chad Papasergi, no Tyler Susan, no Maddox Lemley tonight, so that'll test the depth of the Eagles. And when you went through those starting lineups, Steve, John Ozimek making his first career start tonight, 6'2 sophomore forward, averaging 5 points a game. Good opportunity for him late in the season. And with the Eagles, Steve, pretty much being eliminated from playoff contention, head coach Papasergi said that at this juncture of the season, he's going to try out a lot of these young guys and kind of see what they have for the future.
Yeah, and it's, you said that number 11, Lemney, is out, but he's over there on the bench, Brian. There's a number 11 on the bench over there, so I don't know if he's just dressed and supporting his players. He's not warming up with the rest of the team, but he's over there kind of taking it all in. But he's dressed. He's got a little arm sleeve on, so maybe he'll surprise, get a little spot through later in the game if they need him. But certainly don't see number 1 Susan on the bench either. So yeah, so it's going to be a little short-handed. It's going to be a little even tougher for the Eagles, and should be an interesting game, though. The Red Raiders have been playing some pretty darn good basketball, surprising a lot of people, and they've got their set sight on definitely a playoff appearance and maybe winning a few games in the playoffs.
There was actually some WPIL high school basketball action yesterday. They played the Hoops for a Cure tournament at North Allegheny and also a tournament at Sewickley Academy. One of the marquee matchups at North Allegheny yesterday, Steve, was Montour taking on Bell Vernon, and Montour really took it to Bell Vernon. 17-point win, 65-48. But a couple of notes on that game. Bell Vernon played the game without Quentin Martin, who was on a recruiting trip, and also Devin Whitlock got injured in that game and did not return. So you look at that 17-point margin. We've seen both Montour and Bell Vernon so far this season, and you think, wow, Montour really whipped them, but you didn't have Quentin Martin play from the beginning, and then Whitlock gets hurt and leaves the action. But you wonder how much will that game affect the playoff seeding, because is the committee going to take into effect the fact that Martin didn't play and that Whitlock got hurt, or are they just going to look at the final score?
Well, who knows what they're going to do, but it is what it is. If you got 2 of your best players not in the game, it's going to affect the score, so it all adds up. But either way, the seedings, I guess, are, I don't really take a lot of stock into it. I know everybody wants to have that low seed and get a better seed.
I take more stock into it, though, this year, Steve, since you're playing the first and second round, or first round and quarterfinal round games at home sites.
Well, yeah, but still, if you're going to win it, you got to play, you're going to have to beat some good teams.
Correct.
Eventually.
Yeah, I think in the past, you're right, when they were played at neutral site locations, the seeding didn't mean nearly as much, but I think you get an opportunity to play a game at home. I think it certainly could end up affecting the end results. And you look up in 5A, Laurel Highlands certainly primed, I would think, Steve, to at least be a number 1 or a number 2 seed, depending on how the committee shakes things out. Newcastle just 1 loss on the season, and you saw that Laurel Highlands-Newcastle semifinal round game last year played at Newcastle, and I think that certainly helped the Red Hurricane in that contest. But they will play semifinal round games at neutral sites, which is good, because I think if you get a couple of wins in the tournament and you get to the semifinal round, I think both teams should kind of be on equal footing at that point.
Definitely, you shouldn't have one team shouldn't have the advantage of the home crowd. And even though the Mustangs traveled well, they had a lot of people there, but still it was a pro Newcastle crowd, if you remember. And so it should be interesting. But you got to keep winning games. You want to keep those top seeds available. And the Red Raiders got to win again tonight to get to improve their rankings and seeding as well.
And you look at South Park, 3 conference games in 3 days this week. They play Bell Vernon tomorrow, and if Whitlock's out, they might catch a break there. And then Yock on Wednesday. They have nothing to lose. If they can steal a win or 2 this week, that could really make their season, since they aren't headed to the WPIL playoffs.
Yeah, nothing to lose.
We'll see what happens tonight. We're back with the opening tip-off right after this. Uniontown hosting South Park here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, Facebook Live, and also on Atlantic Broadband Channel 77, Fayette TV tonight.
Keep your legal needs close to home. Attorney Vincent T. Berry specializes in criminal justice, wills and estates, family law, and personal injury. Attorney T. Berry is located at 84 East Main Street, across the street from the Fayette County Courthouse in Uniontown. When you need to consult an attorney, make your first call to attorney Vince T-Berry. It will be the only call you need to make. Call 724-430-0300. That's 724-430-0300. Chris Parker Jr., what's going on for February at Autoland Hyundai?
We're happy to announce that brand new 2022 Hyundais are arriving daily, and almost 100 vehicles are scheduled to arrive in the next few weeks. So we invite everyone to come down, reserve your new Hyundai, get a great no-hassle deal, and we'll tag it sold for you.
February's Car Show month. What kind of incentives is Hyundai offering?
Almost all new Hyundais have HMF bonus cash of at least $500, such as the brand new 2022 Ioniq Hybrid with $1,500 HMF bonus cash or 0% APR financing up to 60 months.
Plus Hyundai Assurance, America's best warranty, 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain protection, and 3-year free complimentary maintenance. Visit their website, AutolandHyundai.com. Stop by their convenient location, 25 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, or call 724-437-9999.
You'll always pay less to drive the best at Autoland Hyundai.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Currently in their 59th year of providing quality, reliable service to the community, Ted Silva & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They will gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they will work with your insurance company. With a paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva & Son not only cares for our community and our children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it is the goal of Ted Silva & Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Family owned and operated for 59 years. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva & Son Body and...
Prime Rozak and Steve Superk back here at Uniontown High School, just about set to go. The Uniontown Red Raiders taking on the South Park Eagles. The Red Raiders in the home whites, maroon numbers. Their bench across the court off to our right. The South Park Eagles, as Steve mentioned earlier, looking a little bit like the University of Kentucky in the away blues. White numbers and their bench across the court off to our left. Again, South Park enters 2-13 overall, 1-8 out of Section 3 and 4A. Uniontown at 10-7 overall, 7-2 in conference play. Frank Kingerski, Mike Polinsky, and Jason Winkowski are referees. You have Kingerski, Polinsky, and Winkowski tonight, Steve.
Well,
keeps us on our toes. In Perkins, Winfrey, Wallace, Grooms, Uphold on the Uniontown side, Clifford, Azamek, Conroy, DeProspo, and Ryder for the South Park Eagles. And you'll have Tanner Uphold in the center circle here for Uniontown, jumping against Harper Conroy for the South Park Eagles. And the opening tap, controlled there by Uniontown's Notorious Grooms, out to Calvin Winfrey on the far wing, resets up top, fires a quick three and knocks it down. So Calvin Winfrey, the third, gives Uniontown a 3-0 lead. Steve, right out of the gates, and they go in their full court man-to-man press. Broken across on the near side, Luke Ryder, down low, Conroy, a little floater, no good. Red Raiders the rebound and Uphold. Back into the forecourt, off to Bakari Wallace, coming baseline, near side, drives and scores.
Wow.
A little 5-0 run to start the game and a quick South Park timeout. Just 31 seconds in, 5-0 Red Raiders. We're back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes with the colon cancer screening update. If you have no close family member with colorectal cancer or precancerous polyps, you are at average risk and should begin screening at age 45. Colonoscopy is the most sensitive screening test and only needs done every 10 years. Stool fit testing and Cologuard are usually effective screening options, with fit testing done yearly and Cologuard done every 3 years. Learn more at swgispecialist.com.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Silverado for only $319 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles per year with 4,500 tax rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Payment is plus tax, total fees, and payment. Security deposit waived. Sale ends February 28, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all other details at 724-99-8000.
South Park with the basketball as we come back. Ozimek down low, resets near corner, coming back inside. A lot of contact, charge call there on Harper Conroy.
Yeah, he might have. There you go. Turn my mic on there. He probably would have got a block call against Wallace there, but he lowered his shoulder and put a little extra on that drive in there.
A little sizzle.
Yeah, a little extra zizzle on there.
Now the Red Raiders off to a nice start. Got a 3 from Winfrey, 2 from Wallace with the basketball again. Uphold on the far wing, back up top to Calvin Winfrey, working here between the circles. Fakes the pass over to Uphold, now sends it in his direction. To his left now to Notorious Grooms. South Park extends. Red Raiders kick in the corner. Upholds 3 out the front of the rim. No good. Rebound goes there to Harper Conroy. Looks like he's going to be very involved for South Park tonight. And Conroy brings it across. Has it here left of the lane. Pulls back now high on the left to Prospo. Back near side, Luke Ryder sends it down low after a little juggle trying to regain there is Clifford. Finally got it to go after an initial miss. So Brendan Clifford, first 2 of the game for South Park. It's a 5-2 Uniontown lead, 6:09 left here in the first.
To say that South Park head coach was a little upset during that first timeout would be the understatement of the year. He was very upset with his team.
Travel call there on Perkins, and as of now, Steve, looks like a pretty good timeout.
Yeah.
As they got a quick basket and then a Uniontown turnover and hold the basketball back again. It's very rare you see a coach call timeout about 30 seconds into a game. Now the Red Raiders in their 2-2-1. Double team in the backcourt there into Prospo, and they force the turnover. Wallace finds it, drives back inside, and floats it up and in. Bakari Wallace for the 7 for the Red Raiders. They have a 7-2 lead.
Just fast, and all over the court, quick hands.
This press could give South Park issues here tonight. Little double team again there on DeProspo. Sends it off on the near side, firing the 3, too strong there. Harper Conroy on the backside. Eagles try to keep it alive, and they reload far corner, and Brandon Clifford sends in the 3.
Wow.
So Clifford, 3-ball corner pocket, has the Eagles back to within 2 of the Red Raiders at 7-5. 5:13 left here in the first. That one kind of came out of nowhere. Here's Winfrey trying to answer back. 3 up top, good again, Calvin Winfrey. So he's hit 2 threes here in the opening quarter. Now 19 made threes on the season. And Uniontown's doubled up the Eagles at 10-5 here at the 4:56 mark of the first.
It's interesting. They're giving him that shot, and he's going to take it.
Air ball there from Ryder. Eagles reset again up top, in and out there from DeProspo. And the Red Raiders the rebound. Bakari Wallace coming back, pulls up at the foul line, goes inside. Perkins fights off the double team and got it to go. Ball kind of sat on the front of the rim before dropping in for Christian Perkins. To 12-5 Uniontown lead.
Threw it a little too hard off the glass, and like you said, it sat there and decided to go in.
Good ball movement coming back, and underneath John Ozimek. We mentioned Ozimek making his first start of the year tonight. Gets a quick 2 there, 12-7 Uniontown. 4:14 left here in the first. Winfrey over to Uphold, back up top to Notorious Grooms. 3 from the parking lot off the mark. Rebound pulled down there again by Harper Conroy.
Well, he's got the green light to shoot from pretty much wherever he wants.
The Prospo pressure there by Winfrey, deflected out of bounds. We'll stay with South Park. Brian Morozak along with Steve Superk, Billy Dice behind the camera. Nick Barczyk back inside our WVE Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. And for you folks maybe watching on Facebook or listening on the radio, our broadcast also available on Atlantic Broadband Channel 77 tonight. I have to thank Rick Fike for getting that one together, and welcome in a brand new audience. Get Atlantic Broadband Channel 77 Fayette TV with a simulcast of our broadcast tonight. South Park 3 up top, off the front of the rim, no good to Prospo. Uniontown the rebound, and Perkins, the big guy, bringing it back through center.
Yeah, he was going to throw it back to Grooms, but he wasn't across half court yet. Good job by Perkins to kind of looked awkward, but a good job by him to realize where he was.
Uphold a little fumble out of bounds. We'll go back over to South Park. So the Eagles, after giving up the opening 5 to the Red Raiders, have settled down. They've got it back to within 12-7, 3:28 left here in the first.
And they're having some difficulties with the Uniontown pressure.
Broken across, though, this time. Luke Ryder trying to send it off to his left to Anton Oberman, who just entered the game. He lost the header. Red Raiders come back and get a quick 2 from Tanner Uphold. His first 2 points of the game, and he's been a different player, Steve, over the second half of the season for Uniontown. Really played well 2 weeks ago when we saw the Red Raiders 4 times. Here's Clifford double team, got out of it, feed down low, and getting fouled on the shot attempt was Ozimek. His shot attempt no good, but he'll have 2 free throws upcoming.
That should go on Wallace. Hacked him on the arm, kind of slapped him pretty good there.
It does go on Bakari Wallace, his first team first. The only other foul called in the game was on South Park's Harper Conroy. Ozimek just 4 of 9 for the season for the free throw line. First of 2 here, no good. Red Raiders juggle the lineup a little bit, checking in Evan Townsend along with Tavian Richardson as Perkins and Uphold take a seat. Also Oberman back out on the South Park side. Ozimek's second free throw, again no good. Long rebound tracked down there by Notorious Grooms. And Torrey back across, resets up top. Comes into the lane, kicks it in the corner. Winfrey high, arcing 3, good again. Boy, is this kid hot tonight. The freshman's knocked down 3 threes here in the opening quarter. The Red Raiders have opened up a 17-7 lead. 2:43 left here in the first. If he keeps on shooting like that, Steve, the Red Raiders are going to be tough. Down low, a little double team came over there on Ozimek, sends it back to Harper Conroy, who's able to send one in. Conroy's first 2 of the game. 6'5" junior forward, came in averaging 12 points a game for Chad Papasergi's squad.
How about Tavian Richardson's socks? He's got 1 red and 1 green sock on.
Those socks are supposed to wear for Christmas.
Yeah, he's ready for the holiday season.
Grooms hitting a 3. Notorious's first points of the game come from outside the arc. That's the 4th made 3 for Uniontown here in the opening quarter. They lead 20-9, and now South Park had 2 guys kind of run into each other in the backcourt. Clifford and Conroy goes out of bounds of Uniontown's basketball.
Clifford hit Conroy with a shoulder in the face, and then he dropped the ball out of bounds. It was kind of double trouble there, and the Red Raiders get another turnover.
We'll send it in to Townsend. Touch from Winfrey. Back over to Bakari, or check that, Notorious Grooms, who misses on a 3. Matthew Kozlo just checked in, had the rebound, and somehow the Eagles, after a little deflection, able to bring it back through center there with Brandon Clifford. And a foul call there high on the left.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
That's Ozimek. He's kind of landed on his hip.
Yeah, he's grabbing his right hip there. He looks like he wants to stay in the game. This game looks a little too fast right now for the South Park Eagles. Red Raiders are really putting some pressure on them.
Nice move down low, getting fouled there on the drive, Harper Conroy. And he'll have 2 free throws upcoming.
And that one should go on, is that Townsend?
Townsend, yes, his first.
Townsend just checked in the game, gets a quick foul.
3rd Uniontown team foul. Who's the second on, Steve? 1 on Wallace, 1 on Townsend. Who am I missing there? First of 2 free throws, good there for Harper Conroy.
I don't have it written down either. I don't know.
We missed one somewhere along the way.
Well, I've been on Uphold. I don't know.
Second of 2 free throws off the back iron, no good from Conroy. Uniontown the rebound. Grooms brings it back across. Grooms right down the lane. A little finger roll finish. Notorious Grooms has 5 opening quarter points. A freshman came in, Steve. Impressive stat line. Averaging close to 20 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 3.6 steals, and another quick steal and a score. Richardson with a finish there.
Well, I'm missing baskets because every time I write something
and another
on my
steal
score,
from Richardson. Look out.
Down
to Winfrey, looking for his 4th made 3 of the quarter. It was in and out. Grooms the offensive rebound, back to Townsend. He'll reload, put it out the front of the rim, no good. That one will deflect out and get controlled there by Ozimek. Ozimek driving, got blocked by Townsend. Ozimek able to track it back down. They're going to roll him out of bounds on the far side. Uniontown's basketball.
It's just get ready to say you can't look away. You're going to miss something. The action is fast and furious.
It's a 2-touchdown lead for Uniontown here early on, up 24-10. 58 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Calvin Winfrey will send it in here to Notorious Grooms. Torrey back across.
Coach K giving the ref a hard time. I don't know what he could possibly be complaining about, but at this point.
Wallace missed the three. They got an offensive rebound. Back down low. Wallace another miss. Richardson second offensive rebound on the possession, trying to keep it alive. They're going to rule this off of South Park and out. So Uniontown keeps possession here in the Eagles zone with 40 seconds left in the opening quarter, and Uniontown on top 24-10. Eagles making another change as Clifford will check out. And they brought in Luke Ryder again, and the Red Raiders turn it over down low.
The pass down into Wallace, who was open down the block, but then they closed in on him, and he kind of just lost the handle.
Ryder, a little switch up top there with Conroy. Ran into Wallace, then steps back outside the arc, thought about the three, resets on the wing. They'll send it around on the far side, and a travel call there on Luke Ryder.
Conroy wants to come out of the game. He's motioning the bench over there to get a little breather.
And again, they're without Tyler Susan tonight, and also without Maddox Lemley. You see Lemley on the bench, Steve, you mentioned? Yeah, he is down there. We're number 11.
Yeah, he never went out to for warm-ups, though. I mean, he was there, you know what I mean, just kind of dressed, but did not look like
not participating.
Correct.
A little fumble out of bounds there from Townsend. And South Park will get it back. And the Papasurgi, Steve, they did a nice job when they were down at California. The California boys were contenders year in and year out. Chad was an assistant last year on Ringgold's team. As Winfrey intercepts a pass there, hands off down low, Grooms, and Torrey puts it up. No good. Ball out of bounds over to South Park with 0.4 left on the clock here in the opening quarter.
Well, his team, you know, he's giving his guys a hard time, but he's just this team's just a little overmatched right now in the first quarter.
The Red Raiders a 14-point lead, up 24-10. We're back with a second and 60 seconds here on the CR Prada Group High School Sports Night.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in, trade me in," every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1 year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
Back here at Uniontown High School, Ford of Uniontown, along with WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, our video stream sponsors tonight. Ryan Morozak along with Steve Superg. Our broadcast also live on Fayette TV, channel 77 tonight. Of course, our normal Facebook Live broadcast on WMBS and the Triple Live High School Sports Network as well, as we continue to expand our reach, Steve. And South Park, a quick turnover to start the second quarter. Pass over the head of Harper Conroy, and out, and the Red Raiders will get it back. Christian Perkins will send it down to Torrey Grooms. Touch from Winfrey. Back to Torrey again up top. And over to Uphold. Wallace from the elbow, and that one deflecting off of South Park's John Ozimek into the backcourt. Red Raiders regain there with Wallace. Another touch from Winfrey. Back to Grooms up top. Far side Uphold. Thought about the three. Stays with it. Over to Grooms. Good feed down low. Cutting and scoring Bakari Wallace. 6 for Bakari. And just like Grooms, Steve, this year. Great stat line for Bakari. Averaging close to 15 points, 9 rebounds. Just over 2 steals a game. 26-10 Red Raiders. 7:15 left here in the first. 3 from the far corner off the side of the rim. No good there. Brandon Clifford. And Grooms another rebound there for Uniontown. Grooms pulling back. Bakari Wallace leaning, missing there underneath. Rebound tracked down in traffic from Anthony DeProspo. DeProspo bringing it back across. Resets up top there. Ryder on the wing now. Harper Conroy missing there on the 3. Winfrey out of the pack with it going the other way for Uniontown. Winfrey up top, Grooms, touchdown low, Perkins got fouled.
Good look from Grooms there. Was going to launch a three, but he saw Perkins down on the block, and he slipped it to him. And Perkins got fouled on the way up. That foul went on number 22. That's DeProspo, his first.
Only the second team foul on South Park. Perkins' first of 2 free throws, no good as it spins out. And we'll head down to West Mifflin tomorrow. Have Laurel Highlands at West Mifflin for you. Friday, we're at Laurel Highlands again for Connellsville and LH, and then we're back here on Saturday for Albert Gallatin and Uniontown. So Perkins missing a pair of free throws there for the Red Raiders. And he's going to pick up a quick foul here as well on the Harper Conroy drive. We'll be on the floor. First on Perk, 4th team foul on the Red Raiders. And we still have that one missing foul out there, Steve.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was on.
DeProspo sends it in out in front, and the basket and one. Ring it up for Brandon Clifford. So Clifford now with 7 can make it 8 with a free throw upcoming.
That's going to go on Wallace.
His second. Coach K didn't like the foul.
Well,
he's telling Wallace kind of need to be smarter than that.
Does he ever like the fouls? Never. None of the coaches ever like the fouls, right?
Free throw make there from Clifford.
Sometimes they do. Force them to shoot from the line, I guess. But
Red Raiders again have doubled up South Park at 26-13. 6:24 left before halftime. Grooms playing catch there with Uphold. Uphold now gets it back here on the near side.
3-2 zone up top. 3 big guys on top, so they're trying to guard against those three-point shooters.
Tanner's dad watching us from North Carolina tonight.
Oh, wow, nice.
Couldn't be here at the game. High arcing 3, Winfrey halfway down came out. Wallace another offensive rebound. Back to Grooms, little hop step. Missed there off the glass, tipped around, and thrown back to Uphold, who finds it, drives, and scores.
Tanner must have heard you say that.
Yep, wanted to make a shot there for his dad.
Yep, makes one for dad.
It's a 28-13 lead. 5:45 left before halftime. Good ball movement out of the Eagles, and a finish down low from Luke Ryder, his first 2 of the game, 28-15. 5:35 left before halftime. Our buddy Big George watching tonight, even though it's not a Laurel Highlands game, he's still on the stream. Sent me a text message. Grooms 3 on the way, sends it in.
Yeah, Big George better get those golf carts ready. The weather's snow's melting. He's going to have some players out there pretty soon.
Especially down there in Delaware. They might get that snow melting before we do. Again, at Red Raiders in transition. Another finish. Wallace, timeout. Chad Papasergi and South Park. 33-15 Red Raiders. 5:06 left before halftime. We're back in 60. You're on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Come see what everyone's crowing about. It's Rooster's Roost next to the Uniontown Shopping Center on Francis Street in the Old Eddie's Tavern location. Craving pizza, wings, fried chicken, hoagies, or your favorite salad or sides? It's all at Rooster's Roost. Eat in, take out, or have it delivered. Call 724-320-2244 or order online at roostersroost.com. Use the coupon radio and get $3 off your online order. Gift certificates also available. Stop in Rooster's Roost today.
You had an air ball from Anton Oberman on one side on a South Park 3-ball at Sam Red Raiders come back, and they get the basket and one off the drive from Notorious Grooms. And Grooms, just like that, Steven, double figures with 10. Foul there went on Luke Ryder.
Yeah, I think he's running out of answers over there on that bench to figure out a way to stop these Red Raiders.
Free throw up on the way, and no good there from Grooms. South Park the rebound. John Ozimek now work out of his own zone, trying to work around Uphold. Pull it off to his left there to Clifford.
McLee's in the game now for the Red Raiders. Comes down with a rebound.
First time we've seen Kadrian in the contest. Good future ahead. Red Raiders got a little bit too quickly there. Uphold couldn't track down that pass. Out of bounds back over to South Park.
Yeah, McLeod, good-looking player, just a sophomore.
I think this Uniontown team, Steve, come playoff time, and again, we're just over a week and a half away from the start of the WPIAL playoffs. Could be a sleeper in 4A. I think they really have the ability to play with just about anybody. We saw them leading Montour midway through the third quarter. Block on a 3 attempt there from Clifford. Red Raiders come back. And a blocking foul called here on the Eagles. And assistant coach Bruno Papasergi says, gee whiz.
Yeah, he's going to get a technical foul if he doesn't watch himself. Warning.
And you got a bench warning over there.
I mean, I guess I could see why he's upset, but, you're down 32-15, and it's not why you're losing because you didn't get that because you got a foul call there.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
They're just getting beat every which way around the court.
Winfrey missed there on the floater underneath. Rebound pulled down by Brandon Clifford. The look for an outlet pass. Touched there by Ozimek. Ozimek left of the lane, had it poked, regains. Pulls it back to DeProspo. DeProspo tried a little dump down. Another foul call. This one going on the Red Raiders. He was looking for Luke Sama there on the cut.
That's going to be on McLee, I believe. First foul on McLee, yep.
It's a 20-point Uniontown lead at 35-15. We're midway through the second quarter. When these two teams met at South Park, Red Raiders led 49-25 at halftime. You have DeProspo here at the line. That was the first foul, as Steve said, on McLee, and DeProspo gets his first point of the game here at the foul line. Red Raiders now 16 fouls here in the first half. Now they'll switch Ryder off the line and insert Harper Conroy down there for rebounding purposes. DeProspo's second free throw good against. They won't need a rebound there. They're back to within 18 of Uniontown at 35-17, but still a lot of ground to make up. Grooms again up top. Touch there from Winfrey. Back to Torrey Grooms. High on the right now to Uphold. Now Grooms again. Talk about a tough stretch, though, Steve, for South Park. Playing Uniontown tonight and then Bell Vernon tomorrow. And then to boot, have a third conference game on Wednesday. Makeup game against Yock as Grooms drains another 3. That's 13 for Torrey Grooms. And the Red Raiders lead now up to 21 at 38-17. He had a little pressure onto the backcourt there into Prospo. Fronted there by Grooms, who knocks it out of bounds.
Can you imagine if Grooms and Winfrey were playing on the freshman team, how good they would be?
Yes.
That'd be a pretty darn good freshman team, wouldn't it?
I would have to think they'd be pretty unstoppable. Well, Billy coached them in junior high, and I think his team was pretty close to going undefeated if they didn't go undefeated. We'll check with them at halftime about that. And there's Winfrey a steal. Winfrey coming back, and Winfrey missing there on the drive, but McLee able to clean it up. It's the first two off the bench for Kadri and McLee, and it's all Uniontown. Up 40-17 as we go under 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. Now, Billy's had some pretty good junior high teams over the years. In fact, a couple of his kids that he had playing here at Uniontown now playing for Geibel, and the Gators have been red hot this year. Uphold down low, Winfrey after another steal, and Calvin now in double figures with 11.
This was a prize fight. They might be ready to stop it here pretty soon.
Not sure what that was all about. They trying to set up the alley-oop dunk?
Yeah.
That was Ozimek, and kind of a half shot, half pass, half alley-oop.
The corner man will be ready to throw in the white towel pretty soon. This just does not, the South Park just does not look competitive right now with the Red Raiders. Red Raiders are really firing on all cylinders.
42 points scored already in this game. Grooms in the corner. Back up top, Richardson.
With 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. That's a lot of points.
Levi Gardner in for the first time for Uniontown tonight. Richardson sending it down low, cutting and scoring in traffic. Bakari Wallace. Wallace, 6 here in the second, 10 for the game. 44-17 Uniontown as we approach the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Another steal. It's Grooms. Just picked his pocket and lays it up and in. Grooms with 15 now. Red Raiders putting on a clinic. Levi Gardner says, hey, I'll take a steal right off the inbounds pass. Townsend got blocked on the 3, got it back. Ball off of Red Raider knee and out and back over to South Park.
Coach wants a foul You're up 46-17. You're not going to get too many breaks, I wouldn't think, at this point.
Lead at 29 already.
Yeah.
1:48 left before halftime. Matthew Koslow into the game now for South Park.
Yeah,
the Raiders look like they're still going to press.
I think they want to get to that 30-point mark before halftime. That still, once it hits that, it goes automatically.
In the second half. It won't run in the first half.
No, but yeah.
Left to the lane there, Clifford. Now South Park pulls it back around. Backing in now, Ozimek. Had deflected away by Richardson. Rolled off of Ozimek and out and back over to Uniontown. Eagles can't catch a break.
Good quick hands by Richardson. Slapped it. You can see he went right off of his leg out of bounds. And Red Raiders are playing some pretty darn good basketball right now.
And that would be an understatement.
Yeah.
Here's Townsend. Up top again, Winfrey. Fouled.
That's a no basket. Didn't get that continuation.
Was not granted that time.
Blue 24. That's that
Ryder. Yep, his
third. That's his third.
Oh, you're right. It is his third. I missed. Was that missing foul maybe, Steve?
No, that was on the Red Raiders. We couldn't figure that one out.
Gardner, nice touch pass. Richardson cuts but couldn't finish. In traffic, Harper Conroy the rebound. Off to Clifford. The margin at 29 on the scoreboard. The foul's pretty much immaterial at this juncture of the game. Under a minute now left here in the second quarter. Up top, that's Conroy draining a three. The Harper rattled that one home. Give him 6. Lead down to 26. Hasn't hit 30 yet.
Oh, no.
Winfrey and Townsend play catch. Winfrey gets it back. Far side, Richardson.
He's going to shoot that nice.
Townsend will spot up. Off the mark there. Another South Park rebound. McGardner comes, another steal. Levi missed on the layup. Battle for the loose ball called jump ball. Will go to the arrow. It favors Uniontown. 31.9 left here in the second quarter.
Levi got the rebound, just rushed it a little bit. Got a little off balance. Bad angle.
DeProspo back in on the South Park side, or replace Ozimek. Now Townsend will trigger it back in here for Uniontown. Floats it off on the near wing. Richardson back to Winfrey. Having Townsend again. Winfrey again up top. Far side, Bakari Wallace. And now Winfrey spotting up for the three. Missed out the front of the rim. No good. Richardson the rebound. Down low. Townsend lost the handle out of bounds. Back over to South Park.
Well, I'll give the Eagles South Park's credit. At least they're still hustling. They're still playing hard. Just cannot seem to get things on track here, and they're having a lot of problems with the Red Raiders' pressure defense.
DeProspo back into the Uniontown zone. DeProspo staying with it off the drive. Got fouled there by Garner. DeProspo will get 2 free throws. The Red Raiders in control, up 26. 7.7 left before halftime.
The mayor, Tony Hunel, is watching the game, I see.
May mention he's actually watching the TV feed tonight, checking it out on Atlantic Broadband Channel 77. Fayette TV. Again, have to thank our buddy Rick Fike for getting that one set up for us. Try to get a few more games on Fayette TV before the end of the season. First of 2 free throws, good there for DeProspo. He's 3 of 3.
We had a good time Friday night after the game. We saw your man Nick Barczyk came down.
Yeah, joined us at Potter's.
Had a sandwich with us and a beverage. Oh, that was a missed free throw on the second one, right?
Deflected out of bounds. Nice we can get Nick out with us.
Oh, yeah. He's a celebrity down there. Everybody knew who he was.
Townsend will send it in, down to Winfrey. Winfrey across. Red Raiders looking for the last shot. Winfrey floats it up and in.
Wow, what a shot.
What a way to end the quarter. 13 first half points for Calvin Winfrey and a 48-21 lead for the Red Raiders over the South Park Eagles. Take a quick timeout. Be back to recap the first half numbers for you in a moment. 48-21, Uniontown over South Park here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, Facebook Live, and Atlantic Broadband Channel 77.
Simply Sweet, a party boutique. Located at 21 North Basin Avenue, is the sweetest little boutique in the area. Simply Sweet is filled with Valentine's Day party decor, paper goods, and gifts for your favorite Valentine, Galentine, or sweet little time. Surprise someone special this Valentine's Day or anytime with one balloon or a bunch from Simply Sweet's Balloon Bar. Simply call 724-317-4929. Simply Sweet Boutique also specializes in balloon decor, event rentals, and event planning.
For attorney Melinda Della Rose, helping people with compassionate counseling, candid legal advice, strong advocacy, and professional commitment is what she does best. With an office at 99 East Main Street in downtown Uniontown, attorney Della Rose specializes in family law, municipal law, and general civil litigation, as well as personal injury, estate planning, probate, and more. For more information, call attorney Melinda Della Rose at 724-437-3200, 724-437-3200, or online at delaroselaw.com.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
Hi, I'm Russ Blejo. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life is something I take, well, personally. I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. From bundling your auto, home, and life insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage based on your protection needs. I can build an insurance proposal that fits your life. Are you in good hands? Contact me, Russ Blejo, for a free quote.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability, savings vary.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes of SWGI Specialists, extending best wishes to our Fayette County teams. Our providers and staff all live locally and are committed to fulfilling the digestive health needs of our community. We encourage everyone at age 50 to get a screening colonoscopy because preventing cancer is the best way to fight cancer. Call 724-437-7677 or visit us at swgispecialists.com.
I'm worried about this winter weather. How are we going to get to the grocery store for the next few months? I'm not too comfortable driving in the snow anymore, and with your disability, you definitely can't drive.
You know, the last time I went to the doctor's office, they're talking about FACT.
FACT?
Yeah, Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation. FACT will come to the house and pick us up. They have fixed routes to places like Pittsburgh and Uniontown, even Nemacolin and Woodlands. FACT also has a shared ride program that schedules you to go to places like the doctor's office or the grocery store.
Well, you know, the grandkids will be at our house when school's canceled.
FACT lets anyone ride the fixed route bus, and children under 12 accompanied by an adult ride for free, as do us seniors age 65 and up.
Wow, FACT might be the right answer for us this winter. Do you have their number?
Yes, it's 724-628-RIDE or factbus.com.
It's a fact. We're Fayette County Public Transit.
Going on now at Sierra Bridge Chevy East. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Silverado for only $319 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevyEast.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles per year with 4,500 cash trade equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Payment is for tax title fees and for payment. Security deposit waived. Sale ends February 28, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-668-2231.
Looking for a fast, friendly notary service? Sandy Howell Notary Services, LLC, 158 Dry Knob Road, Smithfield, PA, is here to help with transfers, plate renewals, new PA plates, and more. They serve Uniontown, Smithfield, Fairchance, and surrounding areas. Open weekday evenings starting at 5:30 p.m., Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sandy Howell Notary Services, 158 Dry Knob Road, Smithfield, 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Prime Rozak and Steve Suberg back here at Uniontown High School, 48-21. Red Raiders lead the South Park Eagles. Steve, is your halftime stats. They're brought to you by Peachin's Pharmacy, located inside the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market. Steve?
Okay, for the Eagles, Clifford finishes with 7 points. Osimic with 2. Conroy leads the way with 8. The Prospo has 3, and Ryder has 2. They scored 10 in the first, 11 in the second. 21 at the half. For the Red Raiders, pretty good offensive output. Perkins has 2. Winfrey, terrific with 13. Wallace with 10. The Grooms, 15 points. Richardson 2, McClee 2, and Uphold with 4. They had 24 in the first and 24 in the second for a 48-21 halftime lead.
So Uniontown in control of 48-21. Again, we'll be at West Mifflin tomorrow for Laurel Highlands and the West Mifflin Titans on the air at 7 o'clock with our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Opening tip set for 7:30. Red Raiders in action tomorrow. Big conference game at Elizabeth Forward as well. We'll have updates on that game for you throughout the course of the evening. Our next Uniontown game comes your way on Saturday. Red Raiders hosting Albert Gallatin. Again, an 11:30 a.m. pregame show. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show on Saturday, 12 noon tip-off. 48-21 here at halftime. Uniontown leading South Park. Second half comes your way next year on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
I'm attorney Rob Harper, and I'm happy to be joining Bill Martin and Tripp Radcliffe at Radcliffe Law in Uniontown. I grew up in Uniontown and chose to make Fayette County my home. I also represent the county as an assistant district attorney, and I know my way around a courtroom. If you are hurt in an accident, buying or selling a home, need assistance with an estate or will preparation, call me at Radcliffe Law, 724-439-3939. The initial consultation is free. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
February is Auto Show time at Thurby's Riverside Ford, and that means Auto Show bonus cash on all new Ford cars, SUVs, and trucks. Have you always wanted a new Ford F-150 four-wheel drive? Now, take advantage of 0% Ford credit financing for 48 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash during Auto Show month on a new 2021 Ford F-150 4x4. Now that's an Auto Show deal. Listen up. Get 0% for 36 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a new 2021 Ford Escape all-wheel drive. And the showstopper is the all-new Bronco and Bronco Sport. We have the inventory in stock and on the way. Stop in to reserve your new Ford vehicle. Thurby's Riverside Ford, your presidential award-winning dealer, located 1 mile past Lady Luck Casino on Route 40. See Joey, Sammy, Jimmy, or Ashley. Offer ends February 28th, 2022.
Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Freaky fast, freaky good. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or call 724-437-6800 for delivery or curbside pickup. Jimmy John's, next to Walnut Hill. Shop and save.
Fallen in love with the house? Head over heels for a home plan? Take the plunge. Apply for a mortgage loan with First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Feeling commitment shy? Complete a mortgage pre-qualification. It's simple, 100% online, and you'll get a personalized answer within 1 business day. Then save the date for move-in day or groundbreaking and put a key ring on it. Apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 458729. Where can you go these days and have your gas pumped for you, oil checked, and windshield cleaned? Joe B's Golf. That's where. Joe B's Golf is conveniently located at the corner of Fayette and Beeson Boulevard. Joe B's Golf is a fast, friendly, full-service gas station serving the Uniontown area in the same location for over 47 years. Joe B's Golf offers walkout services, general repairs, tire repair, fenced-in storage lots, state inspection, golf products, and AAA 24-hour car and light truck towing service. Call 724-438-0681.
Ryan Rozak, Steve Subrick back here at Uniontown High School. Red Raiders dominating South Park tonight up 48-21. Billy Dice behind the camera on our Facebook Live video stream tonight, which is also being simulcast on Atlantic Broadband Channel 77. Of course, our friends of the Triple Live High School Sports Network also bringing you the game. The Red Raiders a quick steal off the South Park inbounds pass. An uphold with a little traffic from behind. Will cop it back up on the other side. And a little bat back there to Anthony DeProspo and the Eagles on. little sloppy start here on both sides. Quick 3 in and outs from Luke Ryder. Long rebound tracked down by Osmick. Red Raiders put a little pressure on the basketball again. Uphold finds it. They'll call a foul here on the floor. Literally on the floor. It's going to go on Uniontown.
Wow.
On Uphold.
I don't see how they call that one, but I was going to say the foul was going to be a bad break for the Red Raiders because I thought they was going to stop a layup, but apparently they called it on Uphold.
It was on the far side of the floor unless something occurred that we did not see. Harper Conroy sending it off there to Luke Ryder. Ryder coming baseline far side. A little ball fake. Put it off the front of the rim. No good. Offensive rebound picked up and put back up and in by John Ozimek. Ozimek with 4. Eagles back to within 25 at 48-23. 7:09 left here in the third. Winfrey and Uphold playing catch. Red Raiders working left to right as we describe it here in the third quarter. Winfrey touch from Grooms. Back in the corner, Bakari Wallace. On top again from Winfrey. Over to Grooms and now Winfrey again. Wallace a touch. Posting up Perkins on the elbow. Perk comes inside and lays it up and in. Christian Perkins with 4. Lead back up to 27 at 50-23. Conroy brings it back across. Harper Conroy driving up, blocked by Perkins. Deflected into the hands of Uphold. Uphold back through center to Wallace near side. Bakari floating it up, a miss, got his own rebound. Missed on the putback, ball still loose. Uphold keeps it alive. Third attempt on the possession for the Red Raiders. Uphold got fouled. And he'll have 2 free throws. Steve, we were talking here in the first half how our buddy Billy Dice behind the camera coached both Calvin Winfrey and Notorious Grooms in junior high. We asked what that record was. They were undefeated. And the kicker on that story is Jadis Kennedy, who currently plays for Geibel. He's the 6th leading scorer in the WPIL. Didn't even make the team. Billy cut him.
Wow. Like Michael Jordan's story.
Yes. Also on that team, Jameer Braxton from Albert Gallatin. As Uphold makes the first of 2 free throws. Had a couple of other Geibel kids on
You just
that
never
team
know.
as well.
You
Yep.
never know what's going to happen. Kids got to keep playing, keep grinding.
Uphold makes both free throws.
I went to prep school after high school for a year at Fork Union Military Academy. I was 8th string quarterback. By the end of the year, I was starting. You just never know.
Never realized you went to a military academy.
I told you that story. I split time with Vinny Testaverde at quarterback.
Really?
I actually started the last 3 games over him.
Vinny.
I did. That's a fact. Well, the kicker was that he was getting recruited by so many schools that everybody was begging our coaches not to play him anymore.
So he wouldn't get hurt. But you can just tell people you started over Vinny.
Well, that's a fact.
Yes.
I did.
What do you have there? Travel, I guess, or offensive foul.
Yeah, that's he had a foul.
2 before.
That was
Okay,
a travel.
Call there on Conroy. Red Raiders get it back up 52-23.
Oh, nice.
Calvin
move.
floater.
Wow, a little
Put the
floater.
lead over 30. Calvin with 15. 54-23. 5:53 left here in the third. There's Brandon Clifford back in the corner. 3 on the way, an air ball there from Harper Conroy. Going right to Uphold. Uphold between defenders. Uphold, pretty move.
Yes.
Gets a basket and 1. Ring it up. Tanner Uphold.
Hope his dad didn't turn off the TV on that one yet, or his internet connection. Nice move by Tanner.
It's 56-23. Clock now running. 5:25 left here in the third.
Now it should stop for free throws, right?
Once he gets set, and it did stop at 5:24. Of course, Steve, you ended up going out to West Virginia. Had a pretty good punting career out there. Still hold the WVU record for most punts. Do the total punting yardage record as well?
Yes. Unfortunately, we punted. Well, I was just fortunate to play for 4 years, so you get a lot of punts in 4 years.
You guys had some decent teams. Uphold missed the free throw.
Yeah.
Played a couple of bowl games.
We were always ranked in the top 20 every year, pretty much.
South Park now down 33. 5:07 left here in the third, and we'll see how much these two teams switch up personnel since we have a running clock situation. Under 5 minutes left here in the third. Seen quite a few of these running clocks this year, Steve, covering a lot of Laurel Highlands games. I think we've had more running clock games than non-running clock games.
Well, I was talking about that today. My buddy, remember Aaron Gizzy? I saw him today, and he's down at Lakeview now, and he
another Red Raider block.
I was trying to figure out how many games the Mustangs have had that it wasn't a running clock, and I said I think there was only 2 that I can remember.
Timeout, injured player for South Park. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services injury timeout brought to you by UPMC Centers for Rehab Services, the leaders in physical therapy. Visit physical therapist Jim Burns at 160 Wayland Smith Drive or call 724-437-7500. The Centers for Rehab Services relief is closer than you think. Well, the 2 that I can think of, Steve, Bell Vernon and Norwin, were not running clocks.
What about the Uniontown game?
That was not a running clock, so that's 3.
Yeah.
Were Baldwin and Peters Township early in the season running clocks?
I can't remember. It seems like 2 years ago at this point we've done so many games.
I think the Baldwin game ended up being under a 20-point margin. I'm thinking Peters Township was a running clock in the second half. Maybe try to figure that out tomorrow. I'll have the Laurel Highlands score sheet with me and go through all that. Here it's 56-23, Uniontown over South Park. Wonder why Steve and I have a little side conversation going on. So under 4 minutes left here in the third. It's bounced in here on the near wing. Over John Ozimek. The corner, double team came over onto Prospo. Reset between the circles. Ozimek again. The Eagles will turn an attempted shot there from Soma. Decided to pull it back out. The Prospo finds it, put it up there. Couldn't get it to go, but Soma able to clean it up down in the blocks. First 2 off the bench for Luke Soma. 6'4" senior forward. 56-25 Red Raiders. 3:28 left here in the third. Brooms over to Uphold, near side Winfrey. How long do you think we'll see these Uniontown starters, Steve, with the Red Raiders having to play tomorrow at Elizabeth Forward?
Well, it's kind of funny, and we've seen it a lot from the Mustangs. You got to let the kids play a little bit. I mean, they got games, and they're out here, they want to play.
Offensive foul. Call there on South Park. Brandon Clifford is second.
Little forearm clear out move. Referee didn't like that.
An old knockdown. Here's DeProspo coming back for South Park. Getting a quick 2. Anthony DeProspo now with 5. 56-27 Red Raiders.
But you go back, you got to let these guys, I mean, they're going to have to play 4 quarters in the playoffs.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So you got to keep, I know you got a game tomorrow night, but still.
Down low, Wallace.
This is good practice.
Knocked out of bounds there by Soma. And of course, Uniontown's had a lot more 4-quarter full games than Laurel Highlands has had this year. The Red Raiders had a nice little comeback. I know you weren't here, Steve, about 12 days ago for that Uniontown-Laurel Highlands game. But Uniontown cut it to 7 in the third quarter.
I know, I was sitting in an airport watching it, and my feed kept going out. I was getting upset.
Unfortunately, I don't know what's happened to the Wi-Fi here, but we even had to run the game today on low res just due to some Wi-Fi issues here in the gym, and we really didn't have any problems most of the year. In fact, the Brownsville game, which we did here, the Uniontown-Brownsville game in between was fine, but we had some trouble establishing an initial connection here today and just chose to be on the safe side instead of having the feed cutting in and out. Just ran a little more low res tonight. So didn't have any broadcast interruptions. The way the score is right now, Steve, not sure if it would have mattered either way, but at 56-27, Uniontown looking good up on the scoreboard. 1:20 to play. Wallace in the corner. 3 rattling out. Same team there on the little crash in there from McLee. Ran into Richardson, deflects out of bounds over to South Park. So the Eagles have got it back to within 29. With 1:04 left here in the third. It's lobbed into Clifford. The backcourt again. Touch from Harper Conroy. And Conroy just really hasn't been able to get as involved, Steve, as I think he'd like. Only 12 points. Good-looking player, good size at 6'5". Really hasn't had much of an impact in this game. And 39 seconds left here in the third. The Prospo pressure, they try to set up the screen. They'll set it off to Conroy. He'll fire the 3 and hit it. Almost right on.
Right on cue, he heard you.
Yep. Says, well, I can make an impact. Second made 3. He has 9, 56-30. The South Park still playing. Wallace comes back. Will scoop and score. Bakari with 12. 58-30, 28-point lead for the Red Raiders. They got a little double team on there on DeProspo. They call timeouts as he was trapped. Take a quick 30. It's 58-30. Uniontown on top. 10 seconds left here in the third. Back in 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases. But most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation. There are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Back here at Uniontown High School, 58-30. Uniontown leading South Park. Final 10 seconds of this third quarter. We're saying coming in, Steve, crowd didn't look that great, but the 50-50 still paid what, close to $150. Not too bad.
Well, I know. Didn't you say Tony won one earlier?
At Thomas Jefferson, he won it last year.
Last year, yeah. Well, I must not have been there for that
You
game.
were not there for it.
Yeah.
I think he got booed when they found out.
Yeah.
He was not from TJ.
We used to buy them all the time. I think we went for, 15 years without ever winning?
Correct.
Or even
Used to buy them at the football games every Friday. So South Park likely to get the last shot here in the quarter. Here's DeProspo. Setting off on the near side. A little touch from Conroy. Back to DeProspo's 3-ball. Got blocked by Townsend. So that'll do it through 3 quarters of basketball. 58-30. Uniontown 28-point lead over South Park. We're back with a 4th and 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Silverado for only $319 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles per year with 4,500 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Payment is with tax, federal fees, and first payment. Security deposit waived. Sale ends February 28, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all other details at 724-929-8000.
Prime Rozak, Steve Subrick back here at Uniontown High School. Start of the 4th quarter. Red Raiders had the lead up over 30. South Park's cut it back to 28. Uniontown working left to right as we describe it. Wallace coming free down low. Pretty move in the finish. Bakari Wallace. Wallace with 14. Red Raiders again have doubled up South Park at 60-30. Perkins hit the deck. Little seam coming back. And the Eagles will touch out on the wing. Conroy, back far corner. Ryder driving and scoring. Luke Ryder. His second field goal of the game. He has 4, 60-32. 7:27 left here in the 4th. Now pulled over to Winfrey. Little ball fake. Grooms the touch. Inside Bakari Wallace. Lost it, got it back. Missed on the first shot attempt. Second one wouldn't drop. Third attempt going down there for Bakari Wallace. So 16 for Bakari. Came in averaging 14.6 points a game. Lead back up to 30 and 62-32. Here's Clifford high on the right. Back between the circles. Harper Conroy. Conroy, 3, top of the key, good again. He's hit 3 threes, has 12 points. And after I said Conroy hasn't been that involved, he's gotten involved. The way it goes sometimes. Winfrey out to Bakari Wallace. In the corner uphold. Winfrey and now Grooms again. A little hop step, handoff, uphold, cutting and scoring. Tanner in double figures with 10s. These guys getting their numbers here.
Yeah, they got to get their, got to get their points in.
64-35. High pass, good little touch back. And a high arcing 3 rattling out there for Clifford. That over the back off the rebound. I think they'll get Ozimek for the foul.
Yeah, he about strangled Notorious there on the rebound attempt.
That's being kind. Already down under 6 minutes left here in the fourth. Needed 29. Red Raiders with the basketball back. I think you'll start seeing that second line come off the bench here soon, and a steal. DeProspo coming back. Missed on the shot attempt, hesitated, and got it back, couldn't get it to go. And Winfrey coming back, got fouled. Beyond the floor. Fourth team foul of the second half on the Eagles. It'll be the second on DeProspo. Now Ryder checking out. Luke Sama back in. And Grooms will send it into the corner to uphold. Back to Grooms, floated up top. Winfrey, high arcing three on the way. Good again, Calvin Winfrey the third. He's hit 4 threes tonight, Steve, and has 18 points.
I would think you're going to see a full line change, and you do.
There you
now.
go.
There they come.
Second line coming off the Red Raider bench.
Got to dump the puck and ice it just to get the change. You can't change on icing, can you?
No. DeProspo, nice feed down low. Sama lays it up and in. His second field goal has 4. 67-37. You call a timeout, though, for a quick little line change. 3 short there from Uphold. And a little tiptoe there from Ozimek to keep it in play. Across to Clifford. His 3 rattling out. Grooms the rebound there for Uniontown. Down low, cherry picking. Winfrey lays it up and in. There's your timeout. Take a quick 30 as well. 67. Check that. 69-37. We're back at 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Uniontown a 69-37 lead. South Park missing on a 3 coming out of the timeout. They're going to bring in some subs here too late. Richardson driving inside. A lot of contact, no foul called. McLeod keeps it alive. Missed on the putback. Underneath Ozimek. Picking up the loose ball rebound there for South Park. Jumper here from the far elbow from Clifford, no good. And there's no junior varsity game here, Steve, so a lot of these younger guys didn't get a chance to play earlier on today due to the fact the Uniontown girls were making up a game against Connellsville. We will whistle on another foul.
It's on Conroy. And that should get some subs in the game. The clock continues to run.
3:25 left on a running clock.
These officials, I think, have started their cars. They're outside.
Lead at 32.
Yep.
Not as cold, though, tonight.
No.
Might not need that automatic starter. Long 2, Richardson good. Tavian Richardson now with 4. 71-37. Lead at 34 again. With 2:57 left in the fourth. DeProspo still out there. Jumper from the far elbow, no good. McLeod the rebound for Uniontown. Sending it out. A little touch there from Cole Fulham. Fulham wearing 21, not 11 tonight. They mix up jersey numbers at times on the Uniontown side. And McLeod from the far wing and in fouled. 2:37 to play. And the Red Raiders in action tomorrow at Elizabeth Forward. Our game tomorrow night, Laurel Highlands at West Mifflin are back with Uniontown Saturdays. They host Albert Gallatin here for 12 noon starts. Also have the Uniontown Laurel Highlands game for you a week from tonight. That game will be played at Laurel. McLeod driving and scoring. Good take there from Kadri McLeod. 73-37, 2:11 left. Going to bring Eric Townsend in along with Devin Miles as well. That'll clear out the entire Uniontown bench. Travel call there on the Eagles. A lot of folks heading home early, Steve. The Red Raiders well in control of this one.
Shouldn't be any traffic getting out of here tonight.
Wouldn't think so. Missed there. Garner the offensive rebound, but called for the foul underneath. 1:35 to play. Anthony DeProspo will trigger it in. He'll bring it across. Getting a little touch. Near wing Oberman. Oberman on the near block. Kind of pinned up. Takes it back outside the arc. He'll dump down to Bajfora and pulled out over and back. Call there on the Eagles. A minute to play. Devin Miles will send it back in. Over to Cole Fulham. Off to his right, to Eric Townsend. He said he was out of bounds. I guess I'll see you tomorrow down near Kennywood then at West Mifflin High School for Laurel Highlands and the Titans.
Well, that's where you're going for dinner.
We'll see which way I go up. I go through Clareton and bypass all that. Long two, no good. Miles the rebound on the backside there for Uniontown. A little touch there from Fulham. That deflected away. Eagles will find it here late. 10 seconds left. The Prospo taking it inside, a miss. Garner the rebound. Garner between defenders, lost the handle out of bounds. That'll end the game. 73-37 your final score. Uniontown over South Park. Stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Comes your way next year on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, Facebook Live, and Fayette TV.
For attorney Melinda Della Rose, helping people with compassionate counseling, candid legal advice, strong advocacy, and professional commitment is what she does best. With an office at 99 East Main Street in downtown Uniontown, attorney Della Rose specializes in family law, municipal law, and general civil litigation, as well as personal injury, estate planning, probate, and more. For more information, call attorney Melinda Della Rose at 724-437-3200, 724-437-3200, or online at DellaRoseLaw.com.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. They are conveniently located at 1310 Pittsburgh Road in Uniontown. But look for Uniontown Detailing in February at a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? M&R Transit is now hiring van drivers. Van drivers must be 26 years of age, have a valid driver license, and a clean driving record. Van drivers must be able to obtain all clearances. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164, or apply in person at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. M&R Transit wishes the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck.
Back here in our First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County post-game show, our Davis and Davis post-game coaching interview being joined by Uniontown assistant Ware Gladman, and Ware, certainly the performance you'd like to see to start the week.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got us?
Yeah, you know.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Our guys came out ready to play. I was kind of worried with them having school off for parent-teacher conferences and just kind of laying around throughout the whole day. But we kind of came out and showed a little bit of intensity, showed a little bit of fight within our 100 defensive press, and we kind of overwhelmed them with it.
Yeah, Coach, it was defensive performance. I mean, you guys made them look, and I know they're not that bad of a team, but you made them look really, really bad. They had a lot of trouble getting the ball across half court, and then, of course, the way you guys were shooting the ball, it was just kind of a perfect storm for the Red Raiders tonight.
Yeah, I think Calvin Winfrey came out. He started off the first quarter real hot. And like I said, our defensive prowess came out and with a great intensity and overwhelmed the other team. But hats off to the other team, and they played real well. But like I said, guys are just been coachable and ready to play.
I think it's a whole stretch this week, extremely important for your team. Elizabeth forward tomorrow, Mount Pleasant on Friday, and even that non-conference game against Albert Gallatin on Saturday. Yeah. You want to make sure you're able to secure at least the top 8 seed and get a home playoff game.
Absolutely. Our game tomorrow against Elizabeth Ford is going to be a big measuring stick for us, where we stayed at in our seedings. If we can go on foreign territory and come out with a victory, I think we put ourselves in a good situation for the playoffs.
Yeah, Coach. How much did it I mean, at some point late in the third, it looked like, hey, you still had your starters in there. But one thing we talked about, these guys have got to be ready to play 4 quarters, and you just can't let them have a night off. I mean, it's almost like it was almost practice at that point, right?
Well, that was what Coach K was on them too. Coach K was on them. We had to play 4 quarters, and even though we were up a little bit of a wide gap of a margin, we were still playing heavy, especially with our defense.
Coach, appreciate your time and best of luck the rest of the week.
Appreciate it. Thank you, my man.
That's Uniontown Assistant Ware Gladman. Again, brought to you by Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, helping local people with their legal matters since 1976. Steve is back with stats right after this when our first Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County post-game show continues.
Hello, everybody.